The Boyd Jones Memorial Award will be presented for the first time this year in memory of Boyd Jones, an outstanding and truly memorable graduate who died last year. It is awarded to a senior, male or female, who has a good scholastic standing, is involved in the school community and in music or theater activities. It is stipulated that the recipient be a gentle, dedicated person. The recipient this year, for the first time, Rob McMullen. The Martin Luther King Award is presented for good citizenship to a student who has participated in student activities all 4 years of high school. The recipient, Garfield Jackson. Kiwanis Club of Norristown is awarded this year to 2 members of the Key Club, to Stephen Durante and Sean Slanker. The Lioness Club of West Norriton presents this award to a student with high moral character, satisfactory scholastic performance, enrollment in a post-high school education program, and endurance through a physical disability or difficult life situation. I'm pleased to award the Lioness Club of West Norriton Award this year to Lisa Kilcullen. The Joseph A. Mirabile Senior Memorial Award is a scholarship awarded to a senior planning to enter college who has shown qualities of scholarship, citizenship, and loyalty. This year, the Mirabile Scholarship is awarded to Brett Goldman. The Montgomery Orthopedic Award is given to an outstanding student who desires to enter the health field and who has shown the greatest interest and achievement during high school. This year, the award is presented to Susan Heilman.
The Norristown Teacher Club Award goes to a student who has demonstrated scholarship and interest and dedication to the pursuit of a teaching career and is presented this year to Brett Goldman. The Norristown Lodge B'nai B'rith Award is given to a graduate senior who, as a participant in any of the following extracurricular activities during his high school career, exhibits by outstanding practice the advancement of brotherhood, either as a student, on athletic teams, or in class organizations. It is presented this year to Adam Zakarian. The Outstanding Minority Student Scholarship is presented to a minority student with outstanding academic achievement. It goes to LaRonda Burnett. The Phi Beta Kappa Award goes to the graduate with a liberal arts background, outstanding in scholarship, character, intellectual curiosity, and integrity. It is presented to Michelle Tomasco. The Progress Federal Savings and Loan Association Award is presented to a student who plans to enter the field of accounting or banking. It is presented to Joseph Mazzacano. And the Helen Bickings-Schartzer Memorial Scholarship Award is presented to a worthy boy or girl of the Norristown Area High School in good scholastic standing and in need of financial aid for college tuition, books, or other college expenses excluding personal expenses. It is presented to Paul Rarig. Congratulations.
In case you're not sure, that was Paul Rarig Sr. that just received the award. Paul Rarig Jr., as some of you know, has spent the year in Germany in the Congress Bundestag scholarship program, where there's an exchange between students in the United States and students in Germany. This is the third year in a row that we have had a student that has gone to Germany, as Paul Rarig Jr. has, and he will be returning, I believe, sometime this summer. That is why his father received the last award. Thank you. Members of the Board of School Directors of the Norristown Area School District, they're seated with us this evening on the stage. Dr. Holton, Dr. Whitney, high school administrators seated here that just presented the past awards, faculty members that have helped us out so much this evening in guiding everyone into the auditorium and helping with the students, parents, family, guests, and last and most important, members of the class of 1988. There are several students up here that are waiting to receive awards and are probably totally confused at this point why they were overlooked and left standing. And of course, the answer to that question is that I'm going to present them. Unfortunately, they didn't know that. First of all, I spent this morning over at the Brandywine Inn in Downingtown visiting the opening of the National IASIA Conference. This year, we've had a great honor at Norristown Area High School, and it's been a great honor to the individual, to have one of our seniors, one of the members of the class of 1988, serve as president of the National IASIA organization. At this time, I would like to recognize Adam Zakarian for this tremendous honor. Adam. Adam did a marvelous job this morning in the opening ceremony, making opening comments and introducing the many people that were there, and just overall, he's done an excellent job traveling around the country, visiting all different organizations and participating in their National Board of Directors. Next, I would like to present an award from the Exchange Club of Norristown, of which I have just completed the term as president. The Exchange Club of Norristown each year makes a presentation to our top 3 scholastic students. At this time, I would like to recognize, as you're already aware, Michelle Tomasco, who is our valedictorian. Allison Redlick, our salutatorian. And Mr. Dan de Blasio. Not only was he third by a couple thousandths of a point behind Allison, who was about the same behind Michelle, but Dan also, although Adam was the national president of IASIA, Dan was our local president of IASIA, so we had some very strong scholastic students working in our industrial arts student program. Congratulations to all 3 of you. I would like to continue on at this time and recognize the other students that have received specific honors concluding their senior year. And I would like, if you would please hold your applause until I announce all of the next 10 students. These are the top 10 scholastic students, including all their final grades for this year. They can be recognized in your program by double asterisks on the back page where all the students' names are. And also you will see that they have each been given a gold tassel replacing their blue and white tassels that all the other students have. So I would like the 10 of you to stand at this time when I read your names. First again is Michelle Tomasco, second Allison Redlick, then Dan de Blasio, who is now down in the audience, Barbara Fryer, Jennifer Hume, Brett Goldman, Michael Cohen, Beth Ann Higgins, Christina Carlos, and Susan Heilman. Congratulations to all of you. I'd like to recognize another group of students that are basically honored by our faculty each year. These students have been selected either this year, last year, or the year before that when they were in 10th grade. They are identified in our program where the names are listed by a single asterisk. These students are being recognized for the combination of scholarship, character, leadership, and service to the school and community. These are our senior members, and there are 19 of them, senior members of the National Honor Society. And I'd like them to stand. Please hold your applause until they are all standing. Kimberly Booz, you will see that they have a special stole on that you can see Kimberly. It's blue with the Honor Society symbol. Michael Cohen, Virginia Coleman, Stephen Durant, Nella Dictola, Barbara Fryer, Brett Goldman, Julie Heckman, Susan Heilman, Christina Lawson, Rob McMullen, Kelly McLean, Melissa Montgomery, Lisa Monday, Allison Redlick, Peter Winkle, Adam Zakarian, Leanne Zukowski, and of course absent, and I already mentioned, who was not with us during his senior year, Paul Rarig Jr. Congratulations, and thank you for your service. Next, I would like to recognize 41 students that we are presently aware of, and I think all of you should be interested in this. These 41 students have already received, and I am aware that they have received, a scholarship to an institution of higher learning. I would ask these students to please stand when I read their names. Gigi Barber, scholarship to Gordon Phillips Beauty School. LaRonda Burnett to Westchester University. Melissa Buttry, Widener University, Academic Achievement Scholarship. Cynthia Cantrell, Gordon Phillips Beauty School. Stephen Carr, East Stroudsburg University Scholarship. Michael Cohen, Chancellor Scholarship to the University of Pittsburgh. Gregory Costigan, United States Coast Guard Academy Scholarship. Daniel de Blasio, Presidential Scholarship to American University. Laura Deary, Gordon Phillips Beauty School Scholarship. Stephen Durant, University of Scranton Presidential Scholarship. Ann Farrell, Field Hockey Scholarship to Central Michigan University. Joseph Ferry, Teamsters Local Union 384 Scholarship. Christopher Grace, Full Tuition Scholarship to Temple University. Christina Harris, Gordon Phillips Beauty School Scholarship. Susan Heilman, Merit Scholarship, University of Pittsburgh. Beth Ann Higgins, Union Fraternal Order of Police Scholarship, also Teamsters Local Union 384 Scholarship, and also a Presidential Award, Temple University. Kamika Gabriel, Ralston Scholarship. Garfield Jackson, Positive Black Image Scholarship. Lisa Kilcullen, West Norton Lioness Club Scholarship. Mary Kittle, Montgomery County Community College Scholarship for Art, Writing, and Acting. Beth Lambin, Josephine Connolly Scholarship. Christina Lawson, West Norton Women's Club Scholarship. Robert McMullen, Presidential Scholarship in Theater Study to Allentown College. Anissa Mitchell, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Scholarship. William Natali, Meridian Bank Scholarship. Tamika Richette, Positive Black Image Scholarship. Kyle Rigg, Millersville University Scholarship. Michelle Tomasco, Norristown Hall of Fame Scholarship. Adam Zakarian, Naval ROTC Scholarship. And the following students have all received scholarships from the Central Montgomery County Area Vocational Technical School. They previously received these at the Senior Awards Program for the VOTech School, and we'd like to recognize them also at this time. Anthony Bauza from Montgomery County Community College. Christopher Beapot for Penco Technical Institute. Dennis Shicoli from Montgomery County Community College. Kimberly Conicelli for Roxborough Memorial Hospital. Rashiba Griffin, Montgomery County Community College. Tasha Harris for Devry Institute. David Hoppel for Orleans Technical Institute. John Pacella, Nashville Auto Diesel College. James Rowdenbush, the Williamsport Area Community College. Tamika Richette, Shippensburg University. Kyle Rigg, Millersville University. Michael Rotz, the Culinary Institute of America, and Darlene Tobinas for the Restaurant School. Congratulations to all of you. event we celebrate this evening is the graduation, the coming of age, the commencement of the Norristown Area High School class of 1988. 332 strong this evening, you have conquered the challenges and demands placed on you. You have achieved your status in a program second to none in the history of Norristown and Norristown Area High School. You have succeeded, and on a lighter note at this point, with a little luck, we may even complete the evening's program without a power failure. Please laugh. Maybe that'll keep the lights on. It has been a very interesting year, to say the least. Class of 1988, I ask each of you to keep an open mind in the years ahead. Continue learning as you continue to mature, and prepare yourselves to be of service to your fellow man. For I say to you this evening that you are of little value if you are unable or unwilling to improve the life of another. At this time, I will ask Dr. Holton, Superintendent of Schools, to come forward for the presentation of the class. Class, please rise. On behalf of the faculty and administration of Norristown Area High School, I certify that the graduating members of the class of 1988 have satisfactorily completed the prescribed course of study as required by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Norristown Area School District. I present the graduating class of 1988.
On behalf of the Board of Education of the Norristown Area School District, I am pleased to accept the class of 1988 and declare these eligible students to be graduated. Congratulations. Please be seated. We have been completely successful. The main thing it has taught you, the class of 1988, is how much more there is to learn. Every time that you graduate, you go on into a bigger world. There are more people to know, more difficult jobs to do, more experiences to have than you have yet gone through. One of the things which graduation says is you are now ready to get more out of life. When you learn to read, a whole new world opens up. When you learn to understand the way a machine works, or a government works, or why a plant grows, other worlds open up to you. We always speak of people growing up. We don't simply mean that they get taller. We also mean that they move higher in the world, such as climbing up a mountain so you can see more and farther. You have climbed up a mountain. It was easier for some of you than for others. But for all of you, it is an accomplishment which your parents, your teachers, and your friends applaud. We congratulate you. You have completed an extremely important phase of your education. I know that you will use it well. And with that, I wish you all the very best for health, happiness, and success in the years to come. Congratulations once again, class of 1988. And now Mr. Gary Smith, President of the Norristown Area School District Board of School Directors, will address the class. Mr. Smith.
On On behalf of your Board of School Directors, let me extend to the class of 1988 our heartiest congratulations. It took determination and hard work to reach this milestone, especially in this, your last year here at Norristown, when conditions were a bit more challenging than in past years. But you didn't give up. You hung in there, as the saying goes, and you made it. And we're very proud of you. Up until now, we, your school directors, administrators, teachers, and all of the other people who make up the NASD have had an obligation to each of you. That obligation was to provide the very best educational opportunity and experience that we could. At the same time, you've had an obligation to take advantage of those opportunities. Now, this evening, the nature of those obligations will be altered significantly and permanently. The NASD must now shift its attention to those who will come after you. You must now face a world filled with a constantly changing array of increasingly complex choices. Most of you have made some plans for the future, whether you plan to further your education, enter a trade, seek other employment, or just take some time to think it all over. You've begun to grapple with the complexities of life in the real world. Opportunities abound in this world of ours. However, no one is going to list them for you as in a program of studies. You are going to have to find those opportunities by looking hard, by choosing hard, and by working hard. As some of you probably learned in economics classes, there is no such thing as a free lunch. At some point in your studies here at Norristown, you have learned something of Great Britain's Sir Winston Churchill. Churchill, who died in 1965, was many things. He was a soldier, a novelist, an historian, a statesman, an orator, a politician. He was even a member of the Bricklayers Union. He is probably best remembered as the Prime Minister who led Britain through her darkest and finest hour during World War II. In 1963, he was made an honorary U.S. citizen, an honor that he shares only with the Marquis de Lafayette. At the White House ceremony at which this citizenship was presented, President Kennedy said, and I quote, "In the dark days and darker nights when England stood alone, and most men, save Englishmen, despaired of England's life, he mobilized the English language and sent it into battle," unquote. For much of the early years of World War II, Britain stood alone against German aggression. Churchill could have taken many paths during that time. He could have attempted to reach some accommodation with the enemy. He could have left his homeland, formed a government in exile, and waited the struggle out. He could have surrendered. But instead, he used his boldness and skill and his gift with language to thrill millions around the world and lead his country out of the depths of despair and to ultimate victory. He never gave up. Now, I hope none of you ever have to lead a nation through a war, but Churchill's example has as much validity in everyday life as it did in his circumstances. He never gave up in the face of very difficult circumstances, and he used all of his talents to accomplish his task. This is what you must do now as you face the complexities of life. You must decide on your main objectives and goals, and then never give up in your attempt to reach them. As you work toward the attainment of your objectives, you'll discover times when you have to modify or adjust your short-term or interim goals along the way. This is only normal. The difficulty, of course, is to know the difference between adjusting your interim goals and giving up on your main ones. Churchill adjusted many of his short-term goals as circumstances dictated, but he never gave up in his main objectives. This is one of the complexities you now face. You must be able to juggle a terrific number of possibilities against the attainment of your main goals as you move through life. As you do this, circumstances will change, and you'll be forced to alter or fine-tune your goals. This is a normal process which we all face. While you're doing this, you must never lose sight of your ultimate objectives. You must never give up. The process you have been through, and which has led you to this evening, is a most worthy beginning. You need to continue your education in some form. Whether you do this in a formal way or an informal one, it surely needs to be done. Each day, you'll be faced with new challenges and new opportunities. As you face these, remember what Churchill and other great achievers have taught us by their examples. Never, never, never give up.
And now, Mr. Gary Smith, President of the Board, and Dr. Whitney, Assistant Superintendent for Instruction, will assist Mr. Spencer and me in the awarding of the diplomas, with the exception of the first diploma, which will be awarded to the President of the senior class, Lisa Mundy, by Mr. Milio. For special recognition in obtaining the highest scholastic average, the valedictorian of the class of 1988, Michelle Tomasco. The student with the second highest scholastic average, the salutatorian, Allison Redlick. Class president and officers will now announce the names of the graduates. Okay? Everybody, the class please rise. Okay. Or you want the class to rise? Okay.